guys about
Thank you very much for being here. Appreciate all of you that cover us. Appreciate your efforts and appreciate your time this afternoon. Before I get going, I want to give a synopsis of this first quarter of the season, third of the season. My goodness, we're already there. And I want to share a few things. Just like I said, whenever I speak to the media, I'm really speaking to the team. And this message since Sunday has been hammered, and obviously was hammered today. But when you look at the first four games, you played Fordham, which was an inferior team, and you handled business and did what you were supposed to do. The next two, Penn State, Texas A&M, we were the inferior team. Had a lot of challenges, was able to play really good football against Penn State. I don't know if we had enough to push that one over the top, but played really, really well. Texas A&M, same animal, very good football team. We played extremely well. Had an opportunity, one or two plays, to push that one over the top, which would have been a monumental win for this program. ODU, we get to ODU, and since January I've been saying it was going to be equivalent to playing a upper echelon to a type of MAC championship type of game. And they were identical to us. It was a like matchup in every aspect of the word. And when you look at it, that loss, everyone remembers the kicks and what have not, but really, when you look at it, drive number one, we missed an opportunity to score a touchdown. We had Malcolm beat, he slowed up, and Connor threw an excellent ball, and we didn't execute that touchdown. We had a touchdown called back here on Harold Fannin, called for an illegal pick. The interception, and everyone, I played quarterback, and I know whenever it's a quarterback error. I know whenever it's a protection error. I know when it's a spacing error. That's the great thing about playing quarterback and playing offensive line, in my opinion. When there's a sack, everyone blames the offensive line, and that's sometimes the case and most of the time not the case. The interception went from a play that should have been a plus 25. He threw it to exactly the spot he was supposed to throw it. We didn't use any technique. It was man coverage. We ran it like it was zone. We were undercut, and if we use the technique, it's plus 25, and we're in an unbelievable situation. And rather than being in an unbelievable situation, the ball is on the 20-yard line going in, and that's adverse waters, as we know. And we didn't finish on defense. It's the first time this year that I can actually say that we did not play hard on defense like we normally do. Is that a general statement? Yes, there was individuals that absolutely played 100%, and that at times it just wasn't the same collective effort that you saw in the Penn State and the Texas A&M game. And when we talk about to our team, and this is where I want to share, again, sending the message to our players again, there's really four keys to winning a game. Number one, the mindset. And what we always talk about is there is no such thing as logos. And in the first three games, we absolutely did an unbelievable job with that. Fordham, we knew that they were an inferior team. All the guys were excited about a home opener, and they played absolutely like savages. And then we go to two teams that, it's hard not to recognize those logos, but we always fight against that, don't believe in it. And played really well. Didn't get caught up in the logo. Didn't get caught up in the we're playing an upper echelon big team and SEC team. Didn't get caught up in it. And then I hate to say this, we looked at the logo last week, and it was a mistake. I obviously did not do a good enough job presenting to our team that this was a upper echelon big-time ball game against in my opinion, probably one of the better MAC teams in our league. And we got caught up in the logo, and so that was a failure. and that's my responsibility. Number two, when we talk about keys to winning, we talk about preparation. And I can tell you right now and look every player in the eye, I thought our preparation inside the building was a 10. I thought we practiced like unbelievable. I thought it was a great week. And, when we always talk about preparation, we say, what are you doing off the field? I can't measure that. I'm assuming we did a good job with that. And then number three, we talk about all the championship habits that you have to do in terms of taking care of your body, being in the training room, nutrition, sleep, hydration. I thought we did an excellent job with that in this game. And then we get to game day. What's got to happen on game day is, number one, you got to have laser focus. And we did not have laser focus. Did some of our guys have laser focus? Absolutely. Absolutely. And then we go to, on game day, what's got to happen to win is you got to do your job. And there were some guys that did an unbelievable deal with their job, and there were some guys that absolutely did not do anything they were coached to do. And number three, and this is the piece that I'm most disturbed with, is relentless effort. There were some things that we didn't do weeks 1, weeks 2, weeks 3 in terms of effort. And that's not who we are. That's not what our brand is. And that was really disappointing. And then number 4, execute. And at times I thought, even with the poor effort, guys not at times doing their job, I thought at times we did some really good things with execution all across the board. But whenever you're not focused, you've thought just because of it was a certain logo and your mindset wasn't right and you're not playing as hard as you're supposed to be playing and you're flat not doing your job at times, not being disciplined, you're going to get caught. And that's exactly what happened. And just like I said, you will never see me ever sit behind here and ever blame a player. That's my responsibility, number one. That's extreme ownership. Number 2, it's our staff's responsibility. And number 3, it's our players' responsibility. And the fact of the matter is this is going down in my career as probably one of the more painful losses that I've ever experienced. And I think our team felt that. And I think, as much as I hate to say this because I hate losing, this might have been the best wake-up call for us this early in the season. Because the fact of the matter, if you look at college football right now, it's happening everywhere, across the board. Teams are losing to teams because they're worried about the dang logo and they're not showing up and they're not doing their jobs. It's across the board. I would never want to be a gambler in this day right now, because these gamblers right now and all these odds makers who are ridiculous at what they do, they can't measure mindset. And that's what's going on right now. And we've got to fight against it, and I got to coach better against it. And we will. But, life is short. Football life is short. And I'm hoping to goodness that this was an unbelievable wake-up call, because the logos don't matter. It doesn't matter who you play. They don't matter anymore. And if your mindset's not right, your prep's not right, your habits aren't right during the week, and again, 3 out of the 4 I think were. But, when you're playing an equal team, those things are going to show up. And I use the example, and I never like to share examples of other teams with our players, but I thought it was, number one, I think he's a great coach, Ronnie, who we just played, and he shared with me after the game his thoughts and vice versa. And he goes, Scott, can you imagine going to the press conference like this? The kid that jumped over the center wasn't even supposed to rush. And that's what we're fighting against right now, and that's what we're coaching against right now. Do your job. Be disciplined. Do what you're supposed to do. And I shared that with our team, because we did some things very similar. And what we've got to do is we've got to eliminate that and make a run at this thing, 1 game at a time, 1 week at a time, and go from there. So thank you for letting me talk to my team.
All right, if you have a question and we got the microphone, please just signal to the communications associate to know that.
Scott, even with this 1-3 start, is the confidence level still, high with this team, knowing that you are only a few plays away from possibly being 4-0?
Yeah, we're 16 points away from being 4-0, and but that doesn't matter. The fact, like when you really look on paper, this team should be 2-2, but we're not, and we let one slip away because of mindset, and just like I said, that's my responsibility, and we didn't play hard on some plays, and that's my responsibility. We didn't do our job on some plays, and that didn't show up week 1 and week 2 and week 3. And just like I said, as much as that stinks to lose that way, I hate to say this, I'd much rather it happen right now than walking into this 8-game stretch that we're about ready to play. And I'm going to remind our team every week about the feeling and what happened and why it happened. And that's just the facts. And the fact of the matter, just like I said, we're fighting against each other right now and coaching against each other. And what I mean by that is just do our job, do what you're supposed to do, and everything's going to work out just fine. And after that, the football gods, it takes care of itself. But the fact of the matter is we did some things that we have not done in weeks 1, 2, and 3.
How nice is it going to be going right from non-conference play right into MAC play? Don't have that back and forth like last year. Is that maybe kind of a bonus in your opinion?
I love it. I think as long as I've been here, this is the toughest three-week stretch that we've had, and we've had some tough stretches around here. I mean, hard, but you played 2 big-time football teams. You played one that was identical to you in talent. So it's been a great preparation for the most important part of the season. This is the most important. This is why you come to Bowling Green. You come to Bowling Green to try to win MAC championships. And our approach, we're not even going to talk championship. Our approach is going to be 1 week at a time and 1 day at a time. We got to win the day. And fight against all the things that causes teams to lose right now in the era that we're in.
Looking at Harold Fannin, a couple more awards that he got today. When you recruited him, out of high school in Canton, is this what you thought he could become? What were maybe your first impressions when you saw him in high school?
He's going to be a pro football player. No, not even, there was no question. We've recruited a lot of really good players, and his attributes in high school were exactly what it looked like at all the places I coached. He could play anywhere that I've coached. He's a great player. He's got to keep concentrating and doing the things that he's doing. And I said this to our team. He's a freak show. I mean, he is a very, very good player. But I said this to our team. I never have to worry about Harold not aligning right. His splits are impeccable. I never have to worry about his technique. I never have to worry about his depth. I never have to worry about him not getting into the right spot and causing spacing problems. And then the rest of the play, those are all the things that everyone can control. Every single guy on our team can do that. Every single one of them. Now what happens with him is when the ball gets into his hands and he's got great natural mitts, he has the ability to score. Not everyone has that, but everyone has the ability to get in the right split. They all have the ability to get to the right depth. They all have the ability to use the right technique. They all have the ability to catch. We got guys that can catch here. And after that, a little bit of the good Lord takes place. Some guys are going to catch it and fall down. That's who they are. Some guys like Harold Fannin are going to catch it and go score. Some guys are going to catch it and advance it enough. That's all about ability. But we need to, and in this football game, if we just simply did what we were supposed to do, we win the game. And we didn't. And that's my responsibility, and that's my message.
Scott, what kind of challenge does the Akron team pose?
Yeah, number one, I think Joe does an unbelievable job. He is a great football coach. There's a reason that he's won every place that he's been. He is a really good offensive mind, and he's got a great staff. He's got a very good defense, very athletic up front. The MAC is the same. I don't care what anyone says. You look at their schedule. They've played some savages, and Lord knows, the effects that playing an Ohio State, playing a South Carolina has when you play OU. I lived that life. We lived that life right out here last year whenever we didn't practice OU until Thursday because we were so beat to hell from the Michigan game. So you really can't judge anything about the OU game because you don't know their health. You don't know how banged up. They just went through an unbelievable stretch of really hard opponents. So this is the Mid-American Conference. I don't care who you are. I don't care about the logo. I don't care about any of that. Any of us can win at any time, and it's about fighting, the logo. It's about making sure that we're prepping like a savage. It's making sure that our habits are crystal clear. And then when we get to game day, we focus, we do our job, and we execute. And we play really, really, really hard. And that's what it's going to take to win this game, plain and simple. Our four things that we've been following like religion around here needs to occur for us to beat Akron.
Coach, you talked about in your opening statement, third the way through the season now. So looking at your guys' performances, what do you think have been the biggest strengths of this team so far, and what are the biggest things you want to see get improved?
Yeah, we played some really good run defenses, and we need to run the football better. The three teams that we just played are good against the run. Penn State was excellent against the run, maybe one of the best in the country. I think they were number one last year. Texas A&M is great against the run, and we did not run the ball well enough against ODU. Did not run the ball well enough. So we need to get back to being able to run the ball well. I think Connor's playing at a high level right now, so I think our quarterback play is good right now. I think our protection has been great. I think our receiver play at times has been good and at times inconsistent, so we need to take the next step there, and it's the little details, the little things that we need to be on point with. And here, what I mean by that, here's the example. We had a player that gets an explosion play, plus 35, unbelievable technique, great depth. We called the same exact play, and we're 10 yards short on the depth. So those are the things that we need to change. We need to get majorly consistent at the receiver play and block a little bit better on the perimeter. Defensively, when we play hard, we're really good. And we did not play consistently hard against ODU. That's a fact. Watch the second play of the game when there's a screen. 4 of our best players did not hustle, and that's not who we've been. That's not the way we play defense around here. I think we've covered well. I think we can improve tackling a little bit, but for the most part, our tackling has been pretty good. So the moral of the story is we got to get back to who we are quick. And we just like I said, we followed this formula for the last 3 weeks. First 3 weeks, we followed it to a T, and we were really good at it. And obviously this week, whenever you look at mindset, worrying about a logo, we did. Our practice was great. I thought our habits were good. And then game day, there's guys that didn't do their job. Not everybody, but there was enough that caused the loss. And our effort wasn't to the standard that it's generally been. So just like I said, all of those things of why it didn't happen and our formula, that's my fault. That's my responsibility. It's our staff's responsibility, and it's our players' responsibility, but it starts with me.
Coach, you talk about working on on focus and effort. Is that something that you can coach?
Got to. It's 100%. I didn't say it enough. You have to. In this world that we're living in right now, you absolutely have to. It's got to be constant reminders. And I hate to say this, just like I said, this thing that occurred Saturday stinks. It hurts. It sucks. I'm sick. I haven't been this sick since I've been here over a loss. I'm sick. Our staff is sick. Our team is sick. And I'm hoping that we can not be so short-minded that we can refer back to this to not let this happen again.
Seemed to be a little disjointed there at times as well. I think back to the first quarter, we burned a couple timeouts on offense when maybe people weren't in the right position. Another one in the third quarter, and a key point had to call a timeout. And
Yeah.
penalties as well seemed to be a real challenge.
Yeah,
for you.
the timeouts is that we were in probably the most complex prep that we've ever been in on third down. And we were 50%. And if you watch teams that play this ODU team on third down, thank God we had a bye week. Let's just put it that way. And we used a lot of time with ODU for the bye week. And their system was excellent on third down. You watched South Carolina get the quarterback hit left and right. You watched last year the quarterback get hit left and right. They had a great check system. And if there's one area that I thought we were excellent, it was our third down plan was on point. But at the beginning of the game in particular, we had to burn 2 timeouts because it was new. We got disjointed a couple of times with it, and we just knew that we had to keep the ball, and that's why we burned the timeouts on the third downs. But we started getting into a groove and really settling into how the system worked, and we executed, I thought, excellent for the problems that they gave us.
Had some penalties that really seemed to hurt you as well at key times of the game, huh?
Yeah, the offsides penalty, the pick. You could watch the tape. Whenever you watch the pick, both of ODU's defenders run into each other. They both collide into each other, and literally one splatters into the kid that they said picked us. And whenever he ricocheted off, his hands went up. And the minute that your hands go up, they automatically assume you were picking. In all actuality, the two players, ODU's players, run into each other, ricochet into our wide receiver, and they called a pick. So I think it's a tough call. Do I think it was a pick? Absolutely not. Is it a tough call? Absolutely it is. Probably whenever the game's in full speed, I would have probably thrown a flag, but that's not what occurred.
Talk about the players being laser focused as well. They had almost 20,000 people in the stands here, and so much going on with homecoming. Is that kind of a double-edged sword when you got that many different
No,
things?
I don't think that at all. I think, no, I don't. No, I don't.
Coach, of the players who have been injured, through the first 4 games this year, are you expecting any to return soon, and if so, who?
RJ Garcia will be back here soon. If not this week, for sure next week. But I'm hoping to get him some snaps this week, which will be a huge help for us.
Yeah, how much will that help the wide receiver room and everything?
Absolutely, and it's just like I said, we got good wideouts here. We just need to be more consistent with some things.
Looking at just one of your assistants, Alex Baer, for him to, coach, tight ends and special teams, a couple of strengths of this team, how's he able to kind of balance that and really get the most out of those two groups and positions?
Yeah, well, number one, besides the quarterback, the most work that you have to do is with the tight end, just because of what we do with the tight ends. We do a lot. And we really do a good job. Greg has coached the tight ends for a long time. He's our O-line coach. There's some things that Soup helps the tight ends out with. So it's a group effort, and it's got to be a group effort in terms of what we're doing with Alex because of, one, he's in charge of the special teams, which takes numerous hours. And then I think what we do to help Alex is I think myself, Greg, Soup, Max, we all kind of help Alex get ready to prep for his meeting to get ready for the tight ends. But he does an unbelievable job. To do both of those jobs is extremely difficult, especially in this offense. This offense is a very complex deal with the tight end, and it's generally feast or famine. Right now it's feast because we've got some really good players at that position, and I think Alex does an excellent job coaching the tight ends. I think Greg does an excellent job of helping with them. I think Soup does. And then I think we, every once in a while I put my 2 cents in there, but I try to stay away from their business.